Muy buena gente. Estamos aquí con The Witcher. Me ha surgido ciertos problemas. La puta capturadora de mierda, se podría decir más rápido. Así que si veis algunas escenas repetidas, no os asustéis. Porque la puta grabadora no grabó como es debido. Y me ha tocado mucho la moral. Bueno, me da igual si hay interferencias ahora. Os resumo rápido. Nada, que me acabo de enterar de que la que armó todo el revuelo, la princesa, bueno, es princesa Saya, quiere realmente matar a su hermana. Esto lo vais a ver en el capítulo. Pero ¿qué pasa? No me queda otra. ¿Qué pasa? No me queda otra. Nada más cojones que hacerlo. Porque está todo subido en el capítulo anterior, pero no se grabó bien. Yo lo que quería grabar todo bien al 100%. No grabé bien, no se grabó como antes. Y nada, pues esto lo vais a ver otra vez. 2 veces, no veces menos con y nada, la edición de matar a su hermana, todo ese rollo que grabé y no se grabó, que tengo que hacer exactamente lo mismo, con todo detalle, lo mismito. Las mismas decisiones que tomé antes las voy a tomar aquí. Os guste o no os guste, fue mi propia decisión. Y es el final que quiero. Punto.
As long as it's truly what I want, highly irregular this.
¿Sí?
Have you come to see how I fare? I'm fine, thank you. My toys of ribbon worked wonders. It's a shame they took it from me.
I know the 5th victim was supposed to be.
Because you're simply a compulsive snort. I'm in prison. Deadloff is dead. Could you not just drop it?
Syanna, stop pretending you couldn't care less. I know it's an act. It's really starting to wear. Why do you want to kill her?
For such an accomplished investigator to ask about the obvious. Come, Geralt. Why do you think?
You envy her. Her power.
I see I misjudged you. Well, what now? After sharing your discovery with Anna Henrietta, which is no longer in danger, true, but you very well might add a little something to your reward.
Definitely gonna tell her.
Then why do it at all?
She ought to know. If only because you'll probably try and kill her if she ever.
I probably will.
Please.
Lying never makes sense when there's a chance. It's actually refreshing, in a way, to say what I truly think. So what? I was only ever nice to you to get you to sleep with me. I thought your comrade Regis is using you, and Anna Henrietta perceives you solely as her.
I like this game. As long as we're being honest, here I go. You're pathetic, self-centered. Should I go on? You'll rot in this tower. Have a nice look.
Jódete, puta cabrona manipuladora. Vete a la mierda.
Commander damn Torwood.
Let's go.
Ya de aquí no salto.
Damon. Geralt. It's about time. Ready for the ceremony?
Got some important information. Anna Henrietta was supposed to be Deadloff and Syanna's fifth victim.
You are certain of this?
Completely.
Esto
Found
es
proof.
perfecto, gente.
Inconceivable. How could she? The murders, the mayhem she brought down on the city, were they not enough? She sought to strike down her own sister, her liege. Traitor. I must alert my men. Enlarge the Duchess's honor guard. Make certain Syanna is closely watched during the questioning. I'll see to it personally. I thank you, Witcher, for alerting me, and I appreciate your attentiveness. Let's begin the ceremony. Come with me. The Duchess awaits. In the Guild's name, I beg your assistance, your enlightened highness. Without barrels, production will come to a stop, and it will be the end of us.
You lost them all in the fire. These are horrible tidings. Oh, we are most dreadfully saddened.
Yes, your enlightened highness all. Once the beasts had clawed their way into the warehouse, the whole place went up in flames.
I shall dispatch a palace guardsman to examine the site of the blaze. If things are, as you say, fitting compensation shall be paid from the ducal treasury.
Thank you, your enlightened highness. Your Grace, Geralt of Rivia has arrived.
My dear subjects, we come now to our next point of business. Of all the duties which fall upon my shoulders, as the ruler of this dominion, this duty is dearest to my heart. For now, we shall award the Order of Vitis Vinifera, Tuson's highest honor.
Geralt of Rivia, slayer of the beast of Beauclair, step forth.
We bestow the distinction upon the Witcher, who saved Beauclair from the terrible beast. Such is our desire. May this symbol serve as a reminder to all that the Witcher shall forever remain a friend of Beauclair. In more familiar terms now, I thank you immensely, Geralt. Damien has your reward for you. After all, it was but a contract.
Thank you.
I have a small surprise for you, in addition. I give you more than a dozen barrels of Son Real, a wine normally reserved for the ducal table. The gustatory experience of a lifetime awaits. Are you content?
Cuestión breve. Aquí estuve hablando en un momento dado y dije, con palabras textuales, y voy a decir lo mismo. El otro ya lo sabe. El otro va a mencionar. El otro ya lo sabe, así que no me hace falta contárselo a esta. Yo sé lo que pasa. Pero no se grabó la puta mierda. Es que lo sé como es debido.
Feels like a second distinction. I'm honored. Thank you.
I trust you shall make good use of it. In a moment I shall speak to Syanna. Will you assist me? You returned my sister to me, yet you also showed me her horrendous deeds. As head of state, I must judge her fairly, but she is my sister. Thus my heart bleeds for her.
If my presence will help in any manner, of course I'll stay.
We shall now question a person implicated in the murders which recently ravaged our fair city of Beauclair. Captain de la Tour, show Sylvia Anna in. the Witcher will take part in our talk.
The Duchess requested I be present.
You have committed crimes. Grave crimes. Yet you are my sister, and my heart does not allow me to treat you as a common criminal. Thus I have asked Geralt to advise me, as one impartial. I shall now hear what he has to say.
No matter the mitigating circumstances, whatever they may be, Syanna is a criminal and should be tried as such. And punished as such. Her guilt is clear.
Your words sadden me greatly, Witcher. But I cannot deny their logic. Syanna, you shall be tried and given a fitting punishment. Yet we shall never cease to be family. As Duchess, I shall have to judge you. But as your sister, I shall never stop loving you. Will you forgive me? I shall never forgive you.
Need some flowers. A wreath, or...
I've none. Sold everything. I was just on my way out. No sense hanging about with nothing to do. Should come as no shock, sir. Had the funeral. Folk took it all. Men, women, children. All wished to lay a bouquet on the Duchess's grave. Windflowers, peonies, gladioli. But she liked common roses best. I know. Her ladies-in-waiting would come here at times. I'd choose the loveliest blooms for her. Fragrant, big petals, the kind that last a long time. I've still not come to terms with it. To be killed by her own sister. How could it happen?
Anna Henrietta wanted to believe there was still hope for Syanna, that she'd show remorse. She reached a hand out to her. Too soon. Too trusting.
Oh, I know you. You're that Witcher from the north. The one that saved us from the beast.
Mm-hmm. Could say that.
Wait here. Take these.
Thought you were out of flowers.
I put a bouquet aside. I was to take it to her myself. But you have it. I know you held the Duchess dear.
How much do I owe you?
Not a copper. Keep your coin and raise a toast in her memory tonight.
Do just that. Farewell.
Como iba diciendo gente, sí. La princesa, la duquesa, digamos, cometió el ser muy confiada. Y eso fue lo que la mató, básicamente. Era una persona demasiado confiada. Yo se lo dije a la espera, la mayor cagada del tío en la faz de la historia. Que usar una ballesta, pero es que no llamativo, pero es que también la otra. ¿Para qué coño vas para allá? Pero tú estás normal, tía. ¿Qué fue? Es que el problema de Ana, la princesa, era muy confiada y eso fue lo que la mató. Pero nunca me esperé, como dije en el vídeo anterior, que no grabé bien y estoy resumiéndolo todo hablando normal. No me esperé en ningún puto momento la mayor cagada. Yo pensé que el tío iba a tener más soldados alrededor de él o lo que fuese, pero la cagó, vamos.
Witcher, I was suddenly departed.
Couldn't. Anna Henrietta was
Wondrous, beautiful, good, the best ruler one could hope to have. Yet I let her down.
Don't be so hard on yourself. No one expected Syanna to do that, persist to the end. And none of us did anything to stop her. Because there was nothing we could do.
I suppose you're right. But when someone so beloved dies, one cannot help but search one's soul for blame. And even the hardiest knights grow faint-hearted then.
Come to pay my respects. Bid the Duchess farewell.
White roses, they were her favorite. Go and see her then. She lies in the ducal crypt, in one room with her murderer, despite my protests.
What? Who decided that?
The Regent's Council, a pack of old men with statutes and codices wands. Ducal blood flowed in Syanna's veins, and she was never legally disinherited. So they ruled she should lie alongside Anna Henrietta.
And all this, what did it bring you? Rest in peace. I regret it ended this way, that I failed to prevent it. Hope you can forgive me. Rest in peace.
Stylish crypt, quite subdued. Yes, this is the kind of eternal resting place I dream of.
Moments like this, I never know if you're joking or serious.
Serious, Geralt, serious. It's remarkably peaceful, subtly charming to the hilt. A perfect match for the Duchess's dignity. Ah, you humans, you'll never cease to amaze me. To feel despair in the face of natural processes to which you are predestined. I've come to take you from this place, my friend. Dare say you deserve a speck of respite after the mad whirl of the last few days.
All those deaths I failed to prevent. Feel pretty awful right about now. Can't help thinking I could have done more. Now Toussaint's left without a ruler, or more accurately, chaos rules here. Hand in hand with despair. Duchess won over people's hearts. All Beauclair now weeps for her.
A mass outburst of emotion. Well, it seems her subjects have adopted some of their recent ruler's traits.
Why the sarcasm? Thought you liked Anna Henrietta.
I did. And I do truly rue her passing.
Me too.
Then let us drink.
Always seemed to me you were a very complicated creature by nature. Not one to resort to such simple methods like drinking your worries away.
There exist worries for which they're quite simply, it's no other medicine.
Whatever you say about Syanna, you gotta admit, she was unbending.
That she was. I do admit it. Though, in her case, it would have been better if she had been a tad more, philosophical, pausing from time to time to reflect on the propriety of her actions.
True.
How do you find my personal brew? Not too strong?
Just right.
Credit the local mandrake of the Alrauna diabolus variety for that. The tubers which grow in this area's volcanic soil have an altogether unique flavour profile and display a remarkably uncommon dark brown tint.
Fascinating. All I can say is this batch turned out excellent.
Indeed. It might be wise to stockpile some roots for the future. Would you care to accompany me?
If you think it's a good idea, let's go. But I think you might be forgetting one thing. Fresh mandrake root of this variety is highly toxic, even to a witcher.
Ah, not a problem. I never forget matters of safety and hygiene in alchemy. Here, gloves and a mask. Don them, and you shall be in no danger.
Thanks. Right then, let's go.
This moonlight makes me, oh, so dreamy.
Penny for your thoughts. Let me guess. Succubus twins? Now, where'd that bloodsucker go? Won't be easy to track down. vampire after all.
Regis!
Damn it, where'd you go?
What I have to do!
Those Bruxay, they called you a traitor.
Alas, we've a very simple code of honor, we vampires. So simple you might call it trivial. Either one is with us, unconditionally, regardless of the circumstances, or...
Won't let it go, will they?
they will not. Fortunately, we've another rule, an unwritten one, and just as trivial as the first. It is neatly summarized in the saying, out of sight, out of mind. That is why I must leave Toussaint. For a vastly long time, most like.
Yeah, I get it.
Let us make for my camp. I've an overwhelming desire to have another drink.
Supreme bouquet. Firm, defined beginning, then develops gently, rising to a startling finish. Don't you think?
Not much of a connoisseur.
Then it is high time you started your education. After all, the Corvo Bianco vineyard is now yours. By the way, I left a gift for you at your new home, on the nightstand.
Thanks. Mind telling me what it is?
A trifle. That will nonetheless be useful should you need mutagens. Incidentally, have you thought about what you'll do with your prize? Shall you hang your swords over the mantle and take to pruning vines?
Know what? Think I just might. Come on now, don't laugh. Maybe not today or tomorrow. But one day I'll want to see what it's like. To just wake up every day in my own bed.
Oh, stop, please. Sounds so sentimental, my fangs have begun to hurt. Then what? Will you begin writing your memoirs like Dandelion? I can remember a night, not too far from here if I'm not mistaken. We hid in a cave while a blizzard raged all about. Does that sound at all familiar?
How could it not? We just set off to rescue Ciri from Vilgefortz.
Oh, our encounter with Vilgefortz. That is something I do not remember so fondly. But that first stay in Beauclair, far calmer than this one.
Seemed like a land straight out of a fairy tale back then. Its sole problem, cellars too small to accommodate all that wine.
Appearances, Geralt. Appearances, like Mamoons and Dopplers, deceive. So what did become of Vilgefortz?
Killed him. Sure wasn't easy, though. What about you? Any idea where you'll go?
Distance is of the essence. I thought I might venture south.
Nilfgaard?
Why ever not? The Nilfgaardians are a modern society. None there believe in vampires anymore. This fact alone could be very useful to one wishing to remain incognito.
Interesting point of view. I so don't feel like going anywhere. Sit here a while longer?
So we shall, my friend. We have witnessed, and in fact on several occasions incited, many great and weighty events. After all that toil, I believe we deserve a bit of a rest.
That we do.
Muy bueno, gente, esto ha sido The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine, la historia de vuestra vida del DLC, y ha sido una auténtica pasada. Me lo he gozado, una cosa buena el juego. He disfrutado vamos, la historia drama. El jefe final al final no es tan fuerte como aparenta ser. A ver,